Hello everyone. When you hear about South Korea, what comes to your mind? Is it their famous K-pop bands like the BTS, which has a huge fan following, or the Korean dramas which are watched throughout the world? Something that doesn't come to mind is that not even a single South Korean president had a peaceful term in office. Some people call it the Blue House curse. Blue House is the official residence of Korean presidents. So why people are saying that presidents of South Korea suffer from a curse? Nearly all its presidents have faced impeachment, been overthrown, jailed for corruption, assassinated, and even committed suicide. Even the current president, Yoon Suk, stunned the nation by declaring martial law, citing threats from pro-North Korean anti-state forces. This marked the first declaration in over 4 decades, drawing parallels with the authoritarian rule of Chun in 1980. So let us learn about the South Korea's presidential history. The republic's first president, Syngman Rhee, following independence from Japan after the Second World War, was forced into exile by a student revolt in 1960. His successor held office for less than 2 years before being ousted in a coup. Park, the next authoritarian president, who ruled for 18 years, was shot dead in 1979 by his own intelligence chief, unleashing an era of turmoil and brutal rule. Soon after Park's death, Chun, an army major general, seized power in a coup and declared martial law, arresting opponents, closing universities, banning political activities. That was the last time martial law was declared in South Korea. In 1980, when student-led pro-democracy demonstrations broke out in the southern city of Gwangju to protest his use of martial law, Chun sent in military to crush the uprising, killing nearly 200 people. He ruled with an iron fist until 1988, after he was forced by mass protests to allow open presidential elections. In the 1990s, Chun was prosecuted for the coup and the Gwangju crackdown. He was sentenced to death, but later pardoned. For many citizens who lived through that era, current President Yoon's declaration of martial law served as a painful reminder of the oppression and terror of military rule. Since late 1980s, South Korea has transformed into a robust democracy with regular protest, free speech, fair elections, and peaceful transfer of power. But its domestic political scene remains polarized, with presidents on both sides of the political divide often facing calls for impeachment and prosecution. Roh Moo, president in 2003, committed suicide while under criminal investigation for corruption after leaving office. His successor, Lee Myung, was sentenced to 15 years in prison for corruption after stepping down. And Park Geun, South Korea's first female president, was impeached for corruption and abuse of power. And even in the current scenario, we can see that the President Yoon, who had declared martial law, which was uplifted after the 6 hours of chaos, is facing impeachment charges, which again shows that presidents in South Korea struggle with an unfortunate fate, often called as the Blue House curse.